What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday morning. Hope that everybody is staying blessed and staying safe, and you guys are taking care of yourselves out there. Welcome back to another episode of the Queen Mimi Radio Show. And you know, it's the usual with us, y'all. We are tired as a thing, but out here working, getting things together. Y'all know, crossing things off our list, and just hanging in there, staying positive, and keeping our head up. So that's all we can pretty much do right now. I'm saying the best we can. Today, we are still in October. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We've been talking about that throughout the month of October. And not sure if we talked about this topic already, but you know what? I don't even care. We're going to do it again. I don't think I did though, but there's so many ways to discuss, domestic violence. Believe it or not, so many people out there going through it. It may be you, it may be somebody you know. We know we've been through it ourselves, so that's why this topic is so important to us. People need to speak up. We always want to protect other people and look out for them when they just flat out showing you they don't reciprocate, they don't feel the same way, and they show you in their actions. So that's why we got to start looking at what people do and not what people say. So you know what, this topic is important. If you haven't been through it, nah, no shot, no disrespect, but you really wouldn't understand. We see so much stuff on social media when we be out and about all the time, and people just ask, "Well, why didn't they leave? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that?" It's real easy for you to ask them questions and make them comments when you haven't been through it, or you don't know anybody that's been through it. You're not in that person's shoes. You're not. And this is a topic that's hard for a lot of women to talk about because if you're anything like us, nobody ever believes you. You know what I'm saying? And even if they do, they find some kind of slick way to try to make you feel like, and this didn't work with us, even when we was going through it, it didn't work. That you deserve what you're going through, or you triggered the other person and all that. If we didn't say this already, that's bullcrap. They know how to control themselves, or at least they should. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the person did. Everybody has the right to defend themselves, but you in the wrong. Like, come on now. You can't fight fire with fire. Just own up. You did what you did. A lot of men have unalived women. They've abused them for years, controlled them in different aspects, in different ways, causing mental health, trauma, and you stopping, they grow because you're in the way. You know what we're saying? A lot of people really don't realize that. And honestly, we really wouldn't wish that on anybody. We know there's a lot of people going through that right now, or they know somebody and they're doing their best to help them, but they want to make sure nothing happens to them or they don't get unalived. And some people will step in. And that's the topic for, today's show, breaking the silence, real voices on healing. Use your voice. Don't protect that abuser. We don't care if people just talking about you. Take whatever you've been through, whatever hell, whatever trauma, whatever pain, and use it for a testimony now. Use it to help other women. That's what we do. A lot of people may think, oh, she better, I'm saying? She can't let go. She need to just heal and all that stuff. Or trust and believe we have, but we haven't forgotten. And we know there's other women out there that need that type of help. They need that kind of support, but they're afraid to speak up out of fear that nobody's going to believe them. They're going to get blamed. Somebody's going to tell them they deserve it. And we all know the family always protects the abuser. We know because we went through it. A lot of the time, they don't even know how this person, and I mean really is, and this is their family. They're not going to sit here and tell them all things that they're doing behind closed doors. They'll do it to you, though. And it's been done, to us. And that makes it hard, especially when that person's not there to defend themselves, to even share their story, share their pain, share anything that they're going through, because the other person wants to make it hard so they can look good. That's just, there's got to be a study on that somehow. How can you be the villain and the victim at the same time? Because that's what they do. Nobody deserves to have anybody put their hands on them, male or female. I'm saying we don't care. Nobody deserves that. And if you can't walk away, you dirty. You know what I'm saying? They might slap you in the face or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you deserve that. You shouldn't have been out hoeing around, disrespecting this person, doing whatever you're doing. You know you're wrong. Walk away. Or if that person is really that abusive, walk away. Anybody has the power to walk away or give whatever's going on all that negative energy. That's what we was doing. Negative energy to anybody, anytime, anywhere they can get it. Did we deserve what we went through? Till this day, we gonna say no. Anything we've ever done, go ahead and say this now. Anything we've ever done to anybody has always been in self-defense. If anybody, for the people that really know us, we don't bother nobody. We don't even really hang around with a lot of people for real, whether it's personal or business. We antisocial, we're introvert, we stay to ourselves. We really don't like all that drama and all that going back and forth. Even when we was going through it, we didn't like it then. We didn't. It causes stress on your body. You know what we're saying? It can make you sick. It can actually drain you. People really don't understand what that means. They just do whatever they want, say whatever they want. They just drain you and they expect you to keep going. They expect you to keep ticking. Like they are so, they really don't care because they don't care about themselves. So now they want to bring somebody down to their level so y'all can be careless together and just live a mediocre, piss poor life. That's what a lot of people want. They're not as big and they're not the man or the woman like they think they are. But yeah, we don't bother nobody. We stay to ourselves, even when we be out working, home, whatever. We don't talk to a lot of people. Our phone is dry. And we like it that way. So we just, all that drama, we had to get away from that. It was literally making us sick, especially the physical, especially. And it was the verbal that took the longest for us to get past. But the physical, those scars are healed. But to anybody that know, you know, it will cause you to not have an appetite. You're gonna start losing weight. That's what happened to us. And it's gonna like physically make you sick. You're gonna turn to some kind of addiction. That's what we did. So the pain, you can numb it. You ain't got to feel nothing for a little bit. That's what we did. Another stupid decision we was pressured into, and we fell for it. All because they know nobody's gonna believe them. Or you just making this up. You just want to get some attention. Even if he did do it, you probably deserve it anyway. Anybody that says that, just walk away. Because they have such little knowledge about people and emotions and how you're supposed to carry yourself when you're a supposed grown adult. Because grown adults don't do that. And they don't make comments like that because you never know. That could be you. And just by you opening your mouth, you just brought all that energy, all that negativity back to you. And now you're gonna be the one going through it. Now you're gonna be sitting there like, oh, now I see why. It's not that easy to just pack up and walk away. It's not that easy to say, you know what, I'm gonna throw my hands up, I'm done. And it's not. That's what people don't understand. It's not easy. Because they really don't care. You know what we're saying? Honesty, healing, and encouragement. That doesn't happen a lot when domestic violence is involved. Everybody be promised, whether you famous, you whatever, whether you famous or not, everybody's gonna find some type of way to not believe you because they want to believe their own perception, their own so-called reality, which is fake as hell, and they just gonna believe whatever they want to believe. You can have paperwork right there in front of them, black and white proof, and they still gonna find a way to blame you because they just do not want to see this person for who they really are. The person that's doing it, they don't want to face it in the family, friends, whoever associated with them. They know. They've been around them. They know. They know how they are. But they gonna cover their eyes, put a blindfold on, and just be like, okay, well, oh well, they probably deserved it. Mm, that's so ignorant. And that's common. Well, it's been common for years. Years and years of women going through this. And everybody just turned a blind eye and just act like they didn't know what was going on. Then when this person turns up dead somewhere, then everybody wants to cry, oh, I wish I could have helped. I wish I could have. You could have. First off, you could have believed them or at least heard their side, but you never was on their side. Yeah, you were never on their side because you didn't want to be. Remember, people make decisions and choices. And this is all tying into what we're saying. This is why women are afraid. They have to hide and go on the run and know what I'm saying, leave their kids behind or bring their kids with them, it'd be hard. This person really has put a hold and put a halt on this person's life, not just physical. They isolate you from your family. You can't go to work no more. They take your phone. They control your finances, all because of their insecurity. And they know somebody out there is better than them for you. They don't want you to get to them. A lot of men sitting in prison right now for unaliving their spouses, their ex, baby mama, wife, whoever, all because they weren't being who they were supposed to be, was not respecting her, taking care of her, wasn't there. They was barely doing the bare minimum, and whatever the situation was, woman got tired of it. I don't want to be with you no more. And a lot of men have that, if I can't have you, nobody can type mentality. And a lot of them mean that. They are not playing. They mean that. I will kill you before I allow you to be with anybody else. That's another way of control. And nobody wins. Nobody wins. And especially if y'all got kids, she's gone, you in prison because you know you're going to prison. You ain't never gonna see the streets again. You're going to prison. Um, and now your kids without both their parents. They're either gonna go to the next of kin or they're gonna be put in the foster care system. All because you can't control your emotions and just let that woman go about her life. This one thing we had to learn, and we've been through this a time or two. If somebody tell us they don't want us, okay, cool. Our only question is are you sure this what you want? Because there ain't gonna be no spin the block. And a couple of them tried to come back and be like, no, I'm good. You said you didn't want to deal with us no more. And then, of course, they try to flip the script and all that, blah, blah, blah. But you said that. That's why we asked you at the time, are you sure this what you want? No, no, come on now. I was in the bad place and I was no, 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 no. You go. You know what you were saying. Nope, we good. And besides, you with somebody else anyway. Because we don't wait around. Life don't stop for no man or no woman. So we're not finna wait around for you. You ain't around no more. We got the right to be with whoever we want to be with. Especially when we know you're gonna wind up with somebody. Come on now. So like we said, us, we're not going to jail behind no dick, no man, none of that. That's why we had to cut all of our exes off. We went through domestic violence with all of them. And like we said, to this day, nobody believes us. And we got paperwork and proof. And of course, we got chastised because a lot of women, they go back. We went back. We got damn near crucified when we actually got serious and we wanted to reach out for help. So y'all gonna punish me because I was trying to make it work? Look, we get what y'all saying. We know how they are, but at the time we was stupid as hell. We'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Things might get better. It might work out this time. You know what I'm saying? Was we really wrong for that? We were just trying to work things out. You know what we're saying? We got the little soft heart and, you know what I'm saying? Let me try it again. Let me see if it's going to be different this time. It wasn't. So by the time we got serious, and even when we was going through it, nobody still believed us. Nobody supported us, nothing. But our kids. So we know. So that's why we say, and we just speaking from experience, like you leave, don't go back. And it's not even for nobody else. Just make sure that's what you want to do. Weigh out your options, whatever it may be, even if this person ain't putting their hands on you. If you get into a point in your relationship where you're considering leaving, first off, make sure it ain't for another man. Please make sure so you can get yourself together, or even if y'all gotta take a break or whatever, communicate that to them. I ain't gonna be with nobody. You ain't gonna be with nobody. But I just need to work on myself right now and get myself together. If you don't want to be with them, weigh out your options. Make sure it's for you, for your self worth, for your self peace, and all that. Not for another man, because you think the grass gonna be green on the other side. 9 times out of 10 it ain't. If you one of them lucky ones, please show us how you did it, because they ain't never worked out for us. But make sure it ain't for another man. So you know what I'm saying, just make sure it's the right decision, weigh out your options. But what does it mean to break the silence? I think we said this already. Speak up. Tell your story. Be prepared to be the villain, be the bad guy, because you actually standing up for yourself and you showing this person, I'm not finna protect you. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Don't even worry about what they're gonna call it. They're gonna call it whatever they want to call it because they don't want people to know how their loved one really get down. You know what I'm saying? How the abuser, that's what we're gonna call them, gets down. And a lot of people know how they are. And they let you get in a relationship with them anyway, knowing they foul as hell. Then as soon as you start saying something, oh well, he had a rough upbringing. His daddy wasn't around. He was in Nigeria. Okay, and we was in and out of the foster care system. We went through trauma and pain too. You don't see us out here fighting niggas, huh? No, what? We was fighting back in self defense, boy. No, that don't give you the right to be a crappy person. You don't get to be a mean, evil person because you had a rough upbringing. A lot of people have. You can take that and turn into, you can get into things like music or even just writing a journal, poetry. You ain't got to perform it. Ain't nobody, you ain't got to be up under no pressure. Good Lord. Be up under no pressure to even do that. You know what I'm saying? You want to write it, keep it for yourself. It's a positive outlet. You want to get into public speaking, find, events and venues and topics that you can relate to and start, from the ground up. That's what we plan on doing next year. We're gonna find because we got experience in damn near everything that people be talking about. I would say the only thing we don't is probably finance. Yeah, probably finance and like credit repair, but that's something we actually working on right now. And once we get our steps and our routine in, then we're gonna dive into that. But everything else, oh yeah, we ain't got no problems. We good. Mental health, domestic violence, homelessness, suicide, how to love yourself. Y'all hear us talk about on all our shows, so y'all already know. But yeah, we decide to take everything and turn it to a positive outlet. It's not to put nobody on blast. We don't even plan on saying anybody's name. So the only way anybody's gonna know if these idiots open their mouth. That's the only way they gonna know. "Oh, why she talking about me? Oh, ain't nobody asked her. I didn't even say your name, you idiot. Nah, it's your fault. It's your fault, everybody. No. We said we was in a relationship for some years. You ain't the only one we been with for a long period of time. You just assumed we was talking about you. You just ran with it as usual. It ain't changed at all. People just ain't gonna change. So now it's our fault. So now we wrong for stepping up and sharing our story and hopefully helping other women out here. Boy, bye. You'll be all right. Suck it up. We had to. What you can do, we can do. But like we said, unlike you, we gonna be telling the truth. Like we said, it ain't out of spite. It ain't to be bitter. It ain't to get back at nobody. They ain't even worth all that. We ain't even know that. But yeah, we have a right to share our story. We have a right to share what we've been through. If you ain't want us talking about you, you probably should have treated us a little bit better. You think? It's crazy how people be so mean. And yeah, I'm laughing at that because it's crazy how people be so mean. They treat you like straight crap. But just, I don't know, just say you talking to somebody, you doing an interview, or you just out and about, random person, and y'all just start talking about your relationships or whatever, and they want you to say good things about them. Like it could just be random. Or just like if you, I'm saying us, best example, if you us, we do podcasts, radio, model, and all that stuff. Say we're sitting down doing an interview. Okay. And somebody asks us about our ex from Atlanta. I'm saying just as an example. And we start sharing what we went through, blah, 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 everything that happened. And yeah, everything we did too, because we ain't got no problem saying that. We ain't finna talk about nobody else and we ain't gonna talk about ourselves. So yes, we will share what we did, but we can promise it was in self-defense, y'all. We can promise. Because like we said, we promise y'all we don't bother nobody. We don't. But say somebody asks us that and we start talking about them, don't say their name. We don't even say how long we was together, years, like that. We just say something like, well, yeah, I was in a relationship about a few years ago in Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. You ain't the only person I talked to in Atlanta. How you know that? Now, the person that we was actually with, if it get back to him, we don't even know. It's like, this is example anyway. But say it get back to him. You know what I'm saying? And they find out. And then they're gonna call yourself pissed off with us, call yourself mad. Why you went on? They didn't even talk about me like that. Who started talking about you? I ain't even say a name. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You ain't the only person I was involved with in Atlanta or Florida. Because them the two places we was at before we came to Chicago. You ain't the only person who said I was talking about you. Well, I mean, everything you described, everything you talked about was the truth. It was the truth. You may not want to face it or deal with it, but it was the truth. So you can't get mad at me. Honestly, I really don't care if you do. Because if you want us to say good things about you, you should treat us better. That's one of the main reasons why women are afraid to speak up, because people are going to retaliate. They're going to fire back. They're going to try to sue them for defamation, slander, and all that, all because you speaking your truth. They don't want people to know how they really are. They got an image. They got a reputation to protect. Man, damn, all yeah, you should have thought about your image and your reputation before you put your hands on me. You should have thought about that. You ain't think about ours. Well, we can't even say we got a reputation or an image. And you know what? We cool with that, honestly, because we ain't trying to be something we not up impress nobody. I said we ain't knocking nobody, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But us, we good. We branding ourselves and all that, but we ain't really working on the image, you know what I'm saying, to impress nobody and yeah, all that. But they worried about it. That's why they don't want you talking. Well, one of the reasons why, it's a few. They don't want people to know who they really are. You know what I'm saying? That they're not in control. They worry they're gonna lose whatever status or whatever opportunities or people in their life. Trust us, they're not gonna leave you alone. They condone everything you do, so they're not gonna leave you alone. So that part you ain't got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about your name being slandered or nothing like that. Cause we the type, we'll take a polygraph if we have to. We'll talk. And we'll have paperwork. We're gonna do our research, all that. So we make sure you don't come after us. Yeah. Because people try to hit you with a what's that called? A cease and desist too. And it depends on the situation, of course, but they'll try to hit you with that too. She slandered my name. You know what I'm saying? She costing me money on my job. I got fired, blah, blah, blah. Now they the victim. Ain't that about nothing? Nah, they the victim. And you the reason why I'm sitting here telling this. Now you the victim. Oh boy. That's why we say it need to be a study. It really needs to be a study on people that play the victim and the villain. It needs to be, like, for real. But we don't even care about all that. Tell your story. Share with people what you went through. There's a lot of women out there that's going through what we went through right now. They don't know what to do. They confused. They lost. They feel alone. They feel like this is the best I'm going to get. I'm never going to come out of this. I deserve this. I'm weak. You better stop lying to yourself. That's what woke us up. Remembering who the hell we are. What we already been through and survived. And for a while, we held it in because we didn't really want to talk about it. We weren't prepared to share them. We put everything in our music. Our first album is Pain, Purpose, and Survival, and we titled it that for a reason. The whole album is over on our SoundCloud under Queen Mimi. Go check it out. Yeah, and that's all we're gonna say. You're gonna listen to the songs and be like, damn, because we was going through a lot when we wrote that album. It was an abusive relationship with a man that had an addiction, and eventually we got on the addiction too. Now you see how we just said that and we ain't say nobody's name? They probably ain't gonna hear our show anyway. Like half these, they don't even know we're doing the podcast or a radio show. Unless they still following us on YouTube, we don't know. But you see how we just said that? They didn't say a name, told the truth. And like we said, we'll take a polygraph. We are more than willing to, we promise. We ain't got nothing to hide. We know people gonna judge us. They're gonna say whatever they're gonna say, but when it comes down to it, we did not deserve for nobody to put their hands on us, and neither do you. You are not weak, you are not feeble, you are not small, you are powerful, you are strong, you just don't know it yet. You ain't really locked in yet. And we've been there too. But you got to lock in and stay locked in to who you really want to be. You still gonna go through stuff. Don't get us wrong. Ain't nobody immune to it. You still gonna go through stuff. But you got to get up. It hit us hard, literally. And we know it's happening for somebody right now. So Speak the hell up. That's no other simple way we can put it. Talk. While you helping them, you helping yourself too. Because that's your way of owning up, accepting what happened, accepting things for what they are. And you finding the strength to even move on. It's a part of your healing process too. Don't keep it bottled up. It's gonna affect you. Trust us. We know. It's gonna affect you in the long run, and it's gonna catch up to you so fast you are not gonna see it coming. Because we know we did. We just standing there like, how the hell did I get here? This is not how I'm supposed to be living my life. And we ain't talking about material things. We actually supposed to be happy and feel protected and feel safe. Know what we're saying? Secure with whoever we're around. And we've never had that. Never had that. We're in our 40s now. I don't even know if we ever going to experience it. But you know what? We can protect ourselves. That's still a good thing. We can be our own best friend. That's still a good thing too. And that's something we're working on right now. And we getting better at it every day. You know what I'm saying? We love it. We fall in love with ourselves and who we really want to be and what we want to do and just letting go of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the silence, it means just that. You opening your mouth. You're not protecting the abuser. You standing up and you standing on business with what happened to you. Even if nobody believes you. If you're able, get paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Restraining orders, police reports, whatever. Get whatever you need to get. That's what we're going to do before we start public speaking. For anybody come to us with any bull. Oh, yeah? Here you go. Restraining order, police report, bam. I am not lying. And the damn thing they can do is shut you up. Then they really going to be mad. But don't mention their names. Don't ever do that. Because now it's going to feel like you targeting them and you coming after them. They're not even worthy for you to speak their name. Just I was in a previous relationship. But don't protect them. Main reason, did they protect you? Did they keep you safe? Did they shield you from harm? No, they put you in harm's way. They was playing Russian roulette with your life. They ain't care about you. So treat them how they treat you, correct? Just don't be spiteful. Don't be angry. Don't be hateful. Don't be vengeful. Make sure your mission is, now I want to help other women. I want to share my story. And yeah, I still need to heal. And this may help me. Do it for the right reasons. Don't do it out of because people gonna tell. They can tell once you start talking. So that's why we say the stuff that we say on all our shows. You know what I'm saying? Don't be silent no more. And we said that when we came back from our little hiatus. We was not finna hold back. We was not finna protect nobody. None of that. We're gonna tell our story, share our truth in the righteous manner, in the right way, and hopefully help somebody. We know our show is small. We don't care about that. But whatever content, whatever we do, whatever we talk about, yeah, we believe it's going to reach the right person. We do, as long as we keep doing it. Because your silence can affect your healing, your future relationships, and most importantly, your self-worth. Get your self-worth back ASAP. Work on yourself. Heal yourself. Get away from that abuser. It's not going to change. It's not going to get better. You're going to have freedom in your life, and you're going to reconnect with yourself. Work on the new version of yourself, though. Yeah. Don't go back to that old version of yourself, because when you want to elevate and grow and heal, you're going to have to get rid of the old you and everybody and everything that's associated with it. You can't mix the old with the new. That's one thing we will say. Take your life back. Decide that you have had enough. That you know you don't deserve this life. Nobody is perfect. We cannot say that enough. We say it on every show. But nobody deserves to be abused or hurt and feel like they're not safe or protected around somebody that's supposed to love them. It's just certain things you just don't do. Absolutely not. And it's about time we as women, anybody that's going through anything, if you're fighting addiction, domestic violence, suicide, homelessness, whatever, speak up. A lot of people don't know and they don't believe. You can take all your pain, your trauma, and your heartbreak, you can take all that and put it into something constructive and change your life. Just make sure you're doing it, like we said, in the righteous way and for the right reasons. Not to, I'm going to tell on you. I'm going to tell you about who you really are. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Just share your story. Share what you've been through. You ain't got to put them on blast. Their life is already messed up. Remember that. Their life is already messed up. It might look good on the outside. They gonna make it look good. We all know that. That's why we say we ain't finna do nothing. Look, we struggling right now. We getting back on our feet. I am broke. And we trying to work on our credit. We got 1,001 things going on. No. But when you see us, we don't even care. We wearing sweatpants. We gonna look A1. We working on so much stuff in our life right now, and we know it's gonna take time. But we decided, and we please, for anybody that hears the show, take your life back. We know it's a lot going on right now. We know, but you can still take your life back. We know it's gonna be easier said than done because it seems like every time we turn on the news now, you know who is out here just making things worse. And the people that voted for him appreciate you. Yeah. Now look what we're about to go through. Just a little side note. But anyway, yeah. Decide that you have had enough. That you're gonna take your life back and you're gonna become the best version of you possible. You're gonna have obstacles, people gonna talk about you, they're gonna doubt you, they're gonna laugh at you. Let them. We said on our podcast Sunday, let them. As long as they don't physically touch you, they can talk about you all you want. They can laugh, point the finger, let them. Because while they're laughing, you building. While they gossiping, you reconnecting with yourself. While they're sitting around here mad and angry, you healing. You got the balls and you got the nerve. Yeah, we don't physically have balls, but you know what we mean, y'all. You got the courage and you brave enough to face, look, I messed up. I slipped. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was so stupid. I can't believe I did that. But I'm learning and I'm taking responsibility and now I'm going to do better. A lot of people will never even get to that level in their life. Can you believe that? They won't because they don't think they ever do anything wrong. They're the victim. And it really need, we're going to say that again. It really needs to be a study on that. How can you be a villain and a victim at the same time? For the circumstances and the situation that you cause to somebody else. How? You know, we like to think people feel they're entitled and they're privileged and they can just do whatever they want. No, you can't. It's going to come back to you. Okay? So if you did wrong by that person, we don't even care if you did a whole 360, it's still gonna come back. And your biggest punishment, well, one of them is now you got to live the rest of your life without that person. Because that could have been your person. That could have been the one that was something to you and you messed it up. Now you got to find second best, sloppy seconds, your current supply, as we call it. And you're gonna spend the whole life trying to find that same person. It's only one of them. Yeah, anybody can be replaced. We know this. So don't be afraid of that. We've never been worried about that. But we know they will never be like us. We're not better than anybody, but we know there's only one of us. Nobody can be us or do anything, whatever it is, like we can. And once you get to that point, ladies, you're gonna be unstoppable. Unstoppable. And that's real. And we know because we're living it right now. Oh yeah. So what we're going to do, you guys, is we're gonna go ahead and take our first break and play some music, and we will be back on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. Alrighty, everybody, just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. And for those that are just joining us, we basically talking about speaking up for yourself today. Breaking the silence to any and all trauma and pain that you have been through, from your childhood, adolescent up until now. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about not protecting the abuser, your parents, your mom, your brother, your cousin. We don't care who it is. They did you wrong and you healed and you were able to turn that into something positive. Share your story. I don't even care if you did time, if you was locked up. A lot of people getting out and they're sharing their story because they learned their lesson. You know what I'm saying? We all mess up. There's so many out there, and we love seeing people like that because they know they're gonna be judged. I'm pretty sure they do. They know people are gonna talk about it, and we pretty sure they know that. But they still want to get out there and help other people and share their story. Share how they messed up, the decisions they made, what they learned from it, and how they're gonna move different. We ain't no different. We've been in jail a couple times. And we'll share that too. Shoot, it wasn't long, but still, we was locked up. So that it was long enough for us. And we just talked to our husband about that too. What, last night? It was last night, the night before. Yeah, we never again. That's one of the reasons why we say, we ain't going to jail behind none of that. So get out of here. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today, y'all. And healing. That's gonna be a part of the process as well, even while you're sharing your story. Sometimes when we talking to y'all, we be going through stuff. We tell you, we ain't hiding nothing. And we still be doing our healing. And in the middle of doing our shows and talking, we have a revelation, we promise sometimes. And we be like, oh wow, that didn't even hit me until I just said that out loud. But hey, it's still a part of our process. And you know what? We ain't ashamed to tell nobody about our journey or our story or our addiction and child abuse and domestic violence, homes. We're not afraid anymore. Because, like I said, we know it's going to help somebody. Your story, while you keeping silent over there, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to tell nobody. You don't want people to judge you. You can go ahead and get that off your mind. A lot of people will. But on the bright side, a lot of people will support you as well. So focus on the positive. Them negative people, you ain't got to entertain them. You ain't got to feed into it. You ain't got to do nothing. They're going to be on the outside looking in. The people that's going to gravitate to you and connect with you, they're going to be able to relate. That's what we on. I mean, we still do our posting on TikTok, social media and all that stuff. And we're going to be making some changes going in 2026. But our main thing, and we said this already a couple months ago, is not to go viral, not to be popular. That we still want to do what we love to do and, have our, private life. It's to help somebody, reach out to anybody. I don't care if it's one person. That's all we need is one. That's all we need, and we good. We still gonna keep doing what we doing, but share your story. It's gonna be a part of your healing process. Whatever steps you took towards your healing, believe it or not, we know everybody is different. We know everybody is different. With their self-awareness, forgiving themselves, therapy, if needed, prayer. Y'all know we follow Islam, so we pray to Allah, and we talk to Elijah Muhammad as well. So yeah, that's our path, and we know everybody is led down their own path. So we are not the one to judge. So whoever you pray to, whoever you talk to, so on and so forth, that helps you. Hey, good. As long as you ain't out here trying to unalive yourself or harm other people, hey, look, stay on whatever path you led to. We on ours, and we know everybody's gonna be different. And as far as community, man, please, like we said, a lot of people ain't even gonna believe you. But if you got them people, that's supporting you, they ain't gonna judge you, so on and so forth. We have one that's our best friend, Christina. I need to text her too. We've been so busy. Oh my goodness. I had to text her today. But yeah, she one of the rare people that never judged us, never even came down on us. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? She was always there. Even took me and my kids in at one point and helped us out. When my ex-husband was acting stupid as hell on the ride by the house, this person was literally stalking us, like just would not let us go. And it's crazy as hell. But find the right community, find the right people, please. Not be out here telling everybody and your mama your business. Find the right people to talk to. Because people just like to open up to any and everybody, but we We learned that the hard way. Don't do that. Find your people. Stay out there. Trust us. And healing is different time frame for different people. Some people heal fast. Some people it takes a while. So it's not linear. You know what I'm saying? You go through your ups and downs. We going through ours. Yeah, we're in a hotel right now. Glad we're not on the streets. Glad we're not sleeping in the car because we've done both of them before. So we are at least grateful we got a roof over our head right now. And people gonna talk and judge or whatever. And that's something we haven't said either. Share your story. And what we're saying, you're gonna go through ups and downs, especially on your healing process. You're gonna have your days where you feel like you're on top of the world, then it's gonna flip and you're just gonna be like, I don't care about nothing or nobody. I don't even feel like going nowhere today. And if you're able to, shoot, stay home. If you got to isolate, for the right reasons, of course, isolate yourself. You ain't got to rush. Hey, trust us, ain't nothing out here in these streets you missing out on. We 40 years old. You will not catch us in the club no more unless it's somebody big in there that we can network and connect with. But just going and hang out and chill and shake out, we can do all that at home. We good. We can get blasted and get drunk and get wasted at home. We ain't got to go nowhere. And wear what we want and do our thing. Ain't nothing out there in them streets. You're not missing nothing. That's what people gonna make you feel like, because they want to be seen. They got to turn up. Our club days is over with. We going to more upscale, more mature events. We can actually connect and do things with our shows and so on and so forth. Yeah, mm-mm, mm-mm. You're gonna go through that. Isolate yourself if you have to for the right reasons, and take care of yourself. All that. So, reflect. That's another thing. Reflect. Know what we're saying, and whatever you allowed to happen, whatever it is that you went through, whatever it is that you had to survive, reflect on that. Whatever you allowed to happen, know what we're saying? Reflect on that. You can still grow. You can still be resilient. You can still be better. You just gotta take some responsibility. It's not all your fault. But once we see them red flags and we know, trust us, we know because we did it. And we don't leave, that's on us at that point. You still don't deserve it. But a lot of us are so programmed and conditioned to have a man in our life, and we'll just put up with anything and do whatever they say. No, ma'am. You do not have to do that. Okay? Love yourself. You don't need nobody else's approval. Reflect on that. A lot of us don't know better. Find you some quotes, messages, affirmations. We read affirmations every day. Yep. Before we leave this house, we read them. And it helps. It's helping with our healing process. It's helping with everything we're going through. Because we're reminding ourselves of the good. We're pouring as much good into ourselves as we possibly can. We know we're only one person, but we got that power. We already know. Keep positive thoughts, laugh. You know what I'm saying? Just live your life. Let people do what they gonna do. Because they gonna do it. We all know this. Come on, y'all. And you just be your damn self. Forget them. You know what I'm saying? Real voices. You are a real person. You are a human being. You are not something somebody can just trash and use and abuse. You are a human being with emotions and feelings. You want things out of life, don't you? I'm pretty sure you do. We know we do. You know what I'm saying? Share it. Use your voice. Raise it. People don't want to silence you. They don't know what you're going through. They don't care. They just don't want you talking bad about them. And like we said, and we can't say this enough, they don't understand that you're going through a healing process. And it's going to look different for you than it will for them. They're not even doing it at all. But it's going to be different for everybody. Everybody wants you to fit in their box or in their little small circle of who they think you should be. No, erase that. Delete all that. That's from their perspective, from where they're standing. You figure out what works for you, what healing's going to look like for you. You know what you want out of your life. You know what you will and what you won't put up with. And that's the bright side. We're going through everything. You know this already. You know what we're saying? Empathize, compassion for yourself. Forgive yourself. You understand what we're saying? And you're gonna go through things. You know what we're saying? And and it's practical. It's practical steps you can do. You understand what we're saying? It's not gonna happen overnight. But if y'all don't hear nothing else we say today, use your damn voice. Share your story. People gonna think you're trying to get attention. You want to go viral? No, I'm just sharing with y'all, and I'm saying what I went through, what I'm going through. And if you ain't got nothing nice to say, we all know. Don't say nothing at all. Good Lord, God, leave people. They a trip with that. You just want to get you some attention. You just want to go viral. You okay? You know what? And maybe I do. So what? What's wrong with that? You doing it, so you can do it, but I can't. If it happens, cool. If it don't, still share your story. Share it, man. You can do it. It can be done. And that's why it's important to break that silence. Stop protecting them people that abused you, that left you hanging. They abused you physically, verbally, emotionally, financially, cut you off from everybody you know and love. They broke you down. They cheated on you. They gaslit you. They belittled you. They just flat out humiliated you and disrespected you. They showed you right there in your face, I don't love you. I don't care about you. I care about me. And of course, they put on the mask. So that's why it pisses us off when people say she should have chose better. How about we blame the man that played the role, put the mask on, and was acting like hell? How about we blame him? Everybody always says that nobody protects the black woman. Nobody does. Nobody protects any woman, period. We always deserve it. We earned it. No. People need to learn self-control. They need to check their emotions, check their ego. Nobody ever looks at what the man does. And y'all know this is a fact. Another reason why women are afraid to speak up, but speak the hell up. Do not protect them people. And we will suggest this. Before you like say with us, we're gonna get into public speaking. We're gonna make sure we do some research. So when we do talk about certain people and certain things that we went through, we want to make sure can't nobody come after us. If they even find out, we don't even know. But we're gonna be starting from the bottom, doing public speaking, probably do like a little event here and there, and then work our way up. And it's gonna take a minute, and we excited about it. But just make sure can't nobody come after us, and we're gonna get paperwork, all that. We're gonna probably have we don't even know, probably gonna have some on standby, but we're gonna make sure we protect ourselves before we really go into this and do what we're gonna do. Because we know people gonna come after us. They already did it. We know this, but you are not gonna silence us. You are not gonna shut us up. Like we said earlier in the show, if you didn't want us saying nothing bad about you, you probably should treat us better. We did not deserve it. If that's what you're finna say, we gonna walk away. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. We didn't deserve it. Why you sitting here talking about what you didn't deserve? No, you deserved it. Yeah. It's called reaping what you sow. So anybody that make you feel like get away. You know what we saying? Get your freedom. Reconnect with yourself. Take your power. Take your life back. You'll get tired. We hope nobody don't lose their life. Please believe that. We hope nobody don't. But you'll get tired. And it means, just like we said it, breaking the silence. Breaking the silence. You speaking up. You standing up for yourself. And you letting people know, I don't have your back. I'm not here to protect you. Now I got to go out here and help other women that's going through what I went through. And I got to be compassionate, be empathetic towards them. But that's a good thing. And what we're saying, however your healing process is, however you choose to use your story, make sure it's in a positive way, like we said. But however you choose to use your story, help people. Maybe that's why you went through everything you went through. We can definitely say that for ourselves. We were definitely meant to help people and share our story and the things that we went through. Oh yeah, we understand that now. That's one of the reasons why we're here. And that's what we're gonna do. We do it on all our shows, we're gonna do it in our music, and that's it. Not to be spiteful, not to be hateful, but to just share our story, share what we went through. And with everything we finna get ready to do, especially our new music, it's gonna definitely speak volumes. It's definitely gonna be different. We cannot wait for everybody to hear it. We really can't. But what we're going to do, you guys, is go ahead and take our last break, play some more music, then we're gonna come back in and give you guys all our social media where you can catch the Queen Mimi Radio Show and all our other shows as well. We will be back. right, to everybody, just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. So real quick, y'all, we are going to go ahead and give you guys all our social media. You can catch the Queen Mimi Radio Show and all our other shows as well. And then we're going to go ahead and get out of here and pretty much get our day started. First and foremost, you can catch the Queen Mimi Radio Show live this and every Tuesday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, you guys, every Tuesday. You can also follow us on all our social media. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Queen Mimi Radio Show. Follow us over on LinkedIn, Queen Mimi, Twitch, Queen Candy 85, TikTok, Queen Mimi, Clubhouse, Queen Mimi 77. Red No Queen Mimi, and you can go over to Zeno Radio, you guys, and catch the Queen Mimi Radio Show over there as well. Just go to zenoradio.com, type in the Queen Mimi Radio Show. It's available 24/7, you guys. You can hear the latest episode of the Queen Mimi Radio Show, some of our spoken word music, and of course, some of our instrumentals from new music we're going to be putting out next year. So, y'all feel free to go over there and check that out as well. And of course, our Twitch schedule, same time, all our shows, y'all. We say it's every episode, same time, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Radio every Tuesday. We're talking topics every Thursday. Queen Mimi vlog every Friday, and of course the Queen Mimi podcast every Sunday. So yeah, oh boy. And of course, we can't forget, you can catch all of our shows on all podcast streaming platforms: Anchor, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, just to name a few. Any podcast streaming app, you can go over there and check out all of our shows. Like, share, subscribe. We thank everybody in advance. And thank you to everybody for coming through to hang out with us today. We appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. But before we do, remember to share your story. Take your testimony, take your pain, take your trials, take your tribulations, and make something out of it. Make it mean something to you and help somebody else. Do not protect them, people. You ain't got to say their name when you're talking about your story or whatever. You can say I was a family member. You can say it was an ex. You can say my previous relationship, or a friend of mine. You ain't got to say their name. Don't acknowledge them, at least not to that level. But yes, share your story. There's different ways you can talk about it and, word it, just like everything we just said. A family member I used to deal with, you ain't got to say sister, brother, just say family member. You ain't got to say your ex name. My ex, this is what I went through, X, Y, Z, ABC, blah, 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 business. You ain't got to say their name, but you can still share their stories. So it don't look like, you're being spiteful and all hateful and blah, 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 which we know none of us are, but, when you're doing that, people get offended, so don't even say their name. Leave them wondering, what's she talking about? You know what I'm saying? Describe that story down to a T. They still gonna know without you saying their name because they know what they did. They already know. But don't protect them. Do not. Make sure you're doing everything in a positive, constructive, healing way. You want to help other people, you're good to go. But share your story and don't protect them. That's the major thing we want everybody to take from this show today. Don't protect people that deliberately hurt you and put you in harm's way. They don't deserve that. They didn't do it for you. Now it's your turn. Share your story. Speak up. Break that silence. Get rid of that fear. It's only going to paralyze you. We can promise you that. That's all we saying. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here, y'all. You guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Don't work too hard. We know we won't. And we'll talk to you guys Thursday on Real Talking Topics. Y'all have a good one.